Welcome to FluteChats.com, a flute podcast with host Viviana Guzman.
I'm Viviana Guzman, reporting from the National Flute Association Convention this morning with Brad Garner.
Hi, Viviana. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah. How are you? Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I'd like to start by asking you, can you tell us a little bit about your training, how did you start with the flute?
Well, I grew up in a family of musicians. My father is my first teacher and the only teacher along with Julius Baker. My mom is a flutist and pianist, so she played piano for all the things that I did when I was young. And she was very important in our family. Unfortunately, died 17 years ago, and musically she was. Dad is also a conductor and taught at West Texas State University for almost 40 years. And Dad and Julius Baker and I made a trio record together. His playing was very much like Julie's, and really admired Julie, and along with William Kincaid, Baker's teacher. So I didn't really have a choice. In fact, my two brothers are flutists. One now is a radio, as you know, Blair, radio on-air personality in country music. And Brian is the world's leading authority on the English language, has written a new book with Justice Scalia and modern legal usage, modern American usage, and but a pretty darn good high school flute player, plays Mean Stars and Stripes. And my three daughters, I'm married to Linda Garner, and Linda Harmon Garner was an oboist that I met in college, and she also plays the flute. Brett, Brooke, and Bree were all flute players. Brett now is a teacher. Brooke is in fashion design, and Bree will be an entering freshman in pre-med at the University of Cincinnati. So I'm lucky. We are both so lucky to do what we do. We get to play the flute, help people, and we get paid to do it. So it's amazing. Yeah, it's great.
Every day I just say,
yeah.
Thank you.
Now I teach at the University of Cincinnati, the College Conservatory of Music, NYU, and the Juilliard pre-college.
Oh my goodness.
So
three.
So I go back and forth. I'm Monday through Thursday in Cincinnati, Friday through Sunday in New York, and start back on Monday in Cincinnati.
And where's your family?
In Cincinnati. Life's a little bit easier there on the golf course
It reminds me of Julie Baker. He also had a similar sort of setup.
Julie would commute every day when he would come in, and he always said he enjoyed that drive, and the train. And he had this. When I was studying with him, he had this little Volkswagen Rabbit and a diesel, and he swore by his diesel Rabbit. Yeah.
Well, when I was studying with him, he was on the train.
Yeah. Oh, right. It probably got it to be a little bit easier. He could read the paper and check his stocks, I'm sure.
Well, wonderful. And can you tell us a little bit about current projects, things that you're working on these days?
Well, here at the NFA, I had several students play in the competitions, and I was very proud of them. They all played very well. I just finished a tour of Asia. It was on sabbatical the third quarter of Cincinnati. So I was in Korea, Hong Kong, China, and Macau, and taught classes, played concerts, and so that was fun. I've got a couple of CD projects that I'm working on. I'm very busy with designing and making head joints.
Tell us about that.
Well, the BG head joints, or Garner head joints, are made out of different metals. In fact, I've got a couple here. Different parabolic curves, so the inside of the dimensions of the tube are different. It really helps improve intonation. This is and I said different metals. This is a niobium. Niobium is in the platinum family. I play a tantalum, which was thought to be the same thing as niobium, but Swedish scientists in 1923 decided that, hey, these aren't quite exactly the same. It's very hard, and it pings, and it also is very dense, kind of like me. It is a little bit heavy, but this is really heavy. And the tantalum is the heaviest. I think it's the loudest head joint you can get. You can also change tone colors very easily. The détaché is the tonguing is very easy. and it really brings some of the notes in the upper register down. As a matter of fact, on YouTube, you can just put Brad Garner and Flute House. When I was in Korea, I was playing something, and they had a tuner there. I didn't know they had the tuner there, but the needle really just doesn't move when I'm playing. Sounds like I'm bragging, but Michael Gahagan and I have had a lot of fun, and we spent a lot of time and a lot of money trying to think outside the box, make something a little bit different. This has power bands on it. The power bands put a little bit more a weight here on where the blowhole is, and they also do something else. They hold this onto this tube because nothing sticks to it. Nothing sticks to tantalum or niobium.
Nothing sticks.
No. I mean, you can braze it, but by the time you braze this, the silver would be long melted.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So, and when we have a cracked skull, they usually put niobium or tantalum inside because the body doesn't reject it.
Oh,
so,
interesting.
yeah. And other things you've probably seen some black head joints as of late. This is tungsten, and it has 24 karat and tungsten on it, and Z gold, which is silver, 14 karat, 24 karat, and zirconium. So yeah, and each one is somewhat different, but they all have the same playing characteristics.
Wow, that's fantastic! Congratulations.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's really impressive. We'll have to go check them out. Well, and if we wanted to contact you, do you have a website, and what is it?
Well, you can contact me through garnerheadjoints.com. Okay. You can also Facebook me if you'd like, and I have an email address, garnerba at uc.edu.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Brad, so much for stopping by today. Yes. Nice to see you.
Texans together.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of.
now I'm a Californian.
Right.
Sorry.
Nothing wrong with that.
My name is Viviana Guzman, reporting from the National Flute Association Convention 2011. Bye.
Bye-bye.